So I'll have to try to figure out how I'm going to get my stuff down there. So we were planning on probably, I'll drive down there with my stuff. We don't know if I'll have a parent or not, but we'll figure that out. But on the way back to school from the psych test, I actually got in a bit of an accident. So I'm currently without a car, but we're still trying to figure it out. And I'm not too stressed about it as of right now. And I have friends and my parents have been driving me where I need to go. So, but like it'll be okay in time before Texas. So, and I tried to register for some classes yesterday, but I'm not too sure which math I'm going to take because I got a really high score on the BC test, but they say that calculus is really hard here. And it's like, well, I need some help here. Which calc should I take? Since I've technically already taken 2 sections of it, should I go on to the next one or not? And I haven't heard from my advisor yet, but it was a little irritating because it will ask you to pick which classes you want to take and it will generate different schedules for you. And with one math class, it wouldn't generate any schedule saying that none of them were possible. With a different math class, I had over 1,000. And
Interesting.
That doesn't seem fair at all.
Interesting.
So I'm trying to figure that out. Because right now it took me like 45 minutes to get down from 1,000 to 7 different schedules. I think it's just different teachers. Because it looks like that every single day I have classes that start at 8, which is something I was going to try to avoid. But then I have 2 classes in the morning, and there's like a 10-minute break in between each one. And I don't know where they are on campus, so if it's from one clear end to the other, it's a fairly hard camp. That's not going to work unless the teacher's okay with me being late every day.
Right. Is it a big campus?
Yeah, it's fairly large.
Yeah.
So, but I think that the residence hall that I'll be in is the one that's closest to the academic buildings, but that doesn't help if like my exploring the arts class is on one side and then chemistry is clear on the other.
Are you excited to start?
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely thrilled. So I've actually stayed in touch with someone that I met down there he lives in New York, and he was offered it the first go around. And when I told him that, hey, just kidding, I actually got it, he was really excited. So he's never actually gone camping or anything before, and that's what we're going to be doing in Santa Fe. So I was planning on teasing him the entire time.
That sounds fantastic. Mm-hmm. That's great.
So it'll be interesting to see who else is going to be down there because another girl that got it, she was actually my roommate for that weekend. So, but the rest of them I didn't really get to meet that well.
Yeah.
So, but no.
It's exciting. Mm-hmm. It's an exciting time of year and time of your life.
Oh yeah. So then today's May 10th. So in 20 days is my 18th birthday, which is huge, and next week is graduation. It's a lot of milestones coming up.
Completely.
Yeah, and then tomorrow, my elementary school, they finally finished the new building that they've been trying to work on since 2009, and they're also doing a little 6th grade reunion for the seniors graduating this year.
I've seen posters around the school with that. That's pretty cool.
It's adorable.
It is adorable. That's a great tradition to start.
I'm really interested to see the music room because apparently there's 2 now, which I know that the music teacher wasn't too thrilled of at first, but I think she likes it now. But the music room, when I went there, was really small. It had really, really ugly carpet, and then the walls were so the back wall you can actually move, and then the stage would be right there. But I don't think we ever had it like open, so we had the classroom and the stage like go in, but then there's also a curtain around it. So that was a little odd.
Were you involved in music here at Ralston?
Oh yeah, I'm in chamber orchestra here, and then I started orchestra in 5th grade. And then I'm involved in choir, but not here. I do that at my church. But we had our last concert last week, so there's a lot of lasts coming up. But
a lot of lasts and
really
first.
The funny thing is that it really hasn't settled in that I'm actually a senior, and tomorrow's going to be my last day of school.
Right, because this has been your whole life essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been working so hard for this moment. Now that it's actually here, it's probably hard to make that shift in your mind. That like, oh wait, this is what I've been building my whole life for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you'd say your experience at Ralston Valley was definitely positive?
Oh yeah. So I can't think of really anything on the top of my head Ralston Valley-wise that was negative. There was some friend group issues, but I think that just comes with the high school
drama.
Age kids.
Yeah. Every age kid.
I wouldn't attribute that to the school at all. There hasn't been a teacher that I've had that, like, looking back, is like, oh man, I hated that teacher, or I really regret taking that class. Or anything in regards to that. I felt very supported in my journey here.
And so, I guess just to wrap up, since tomorrow's going to be your last day as a student, at least in public education, going on to higher ed, what kind of advice would you give to future grads?
I think that they should not be afraid to talk to people at all, because my freshman and sophomore year, I was extremely timid, and I didn't think that talking to new people there isn't necessarily a caste system in high school, but I think that everyone kind of has like a social list that they have. Like, it's okay.
A hierarchy of sorts, yeah.
It's okay to talk to different people, and especially the faculty and teachers, because they're more than willing to help you, and you don't have to do everything alone, which is something that I still kind of struggle with because I'm just so independent. But I wish that I had talked to more teachers, and I wish I talked to my counselor sooner, because I haven't really developed a relationship with him all that much until this year, and I've been in his office like once every other week or so.
Yeah.
So
it sounds like what I'm hearing is, for your personal success as a high school student, I think what I'm gathering from this is you're self-motivated.
Yes.
Independent. You made classes interesting from your perspective, which made it easier to get good grades in. Mm-hmm. And I guess help. Like, it takes a village kind of mentality. That's great.
And then I was thinking about my little MMP group earlier, and I think her name is Emily. I feel bad that I can't remember her name, but she reminded me a lot of myself freshman year. And I can't remember what day. We must have been talking about GPA or something, but I wish someone had told me that grades are not as important as they actually are, because if you get a B, it's not going to be the end of the world. Because I still know a lot of people that they may have gotten a C in some class, but they're still extremely successful in what they're doing. They've gotten plenty of scholarships. They've gotten to the school that they want to study, and they're able to study what they study.
I think that's great advice. And MMP is the Mustang Mentor Program, which you were part of this year, which is it just seniors?
Seniors and juniors.
Seniors and juniors, helping incoming freshmen integrate into the fancy life of high school. So that's right.
So, and then another thing, it kind of goes with it. Don't be afraid to talk to people. Is that I've had a lot of people that I'm very close with now tell me later that they were intimidated by me, because they thought that because I was the person that I was, and I was so involved and so active, that they felt like that it wouldn't have been worth my time.
What was that like to hear that perspective when here you were the one that was timid, and then you find out that people were intimidated by you?
I laughed quite a bit. But I mean, and another thing that really hasn't hit is that there are people that probably really look up to me as a role model, and because all through high school I picked out different people, like I wish that I could be like them, I strive to be them, and then I never told them. And then I have some people tell me that, and it's like, oh, well, that's really sweet. And it's like, everyone is human, no matter how spectacular they are.
Yeah, that's a good point. I like that. So don't put as much emphasis on grades, and talk to people. Yeah. And that maybe perceptions is just that.
Oh, yeah.
Perceptions are not reality. They're just perceptions.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, good. Anything else?
Oh, shoot. I did have... Oh, okay. So, to be academically successful, you don't necessarily have to do what I did. Because this past year, I took 5 AP classes, and I would not recommend that to everyone.